Oh, you guys. Bonsoir.
Aidan Gallagher, who plays Five. Robert Sheehan, who plays Klaus.
Bonsoir.
My favorite video on this planet, literally ever. Books. Actually, you know what? This month, I did pretty well with books. I'm quite happy with what I did with books. First one, Moon Magic. Now, Moon Magic is literally, as the title says, it's about like how we can use divination with the moon cycles, and like all things moon related. I loved it. It was like the first like spiritual / astrology book which I really liked. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really good and not toxic and like fake. You know, it was just genuine like facts and fun stuff to do with the moon. So I really liked it. And if you're into that stuff, which I know some of my subscribers and followers are, get into it. It's so good. But this next book, I finished it last night. Crushed my soul. Just crushed me. And it is Stoner by, I think it's John Williams. My God, what a book. I think honestly, that's the most beautifully written book I've ever read, truly. Even if you don't like the plot, it is written so beautifully. Like, that is how I aspire to write. It's just so gorgeous. But also the plot was really sad. And like, I wanted to cry. Like, I don't know, it basically just talks about the life from beginning and end of this person, of Stoner, and tragedies, the amazing things, just all of it in one go is so overwhelming, but also so sad, and you just almost want to wrap this character up in a blanket and love them because they did not get enough love in their life. But it's just so beautiful, and honestly, I'm so glad I read it. It was just stunning. Music. Listen. For like weeks now, I've had two things on repeat. One, Escapism by, I forgot her name, is it Ray? And then like 070 Shake is on it. I used to listen to them like in 2019. Guilty Conscience was my shit. That song slapped. Yeah, this song has been on repeat. Fucking repeat. Non-stop for me. But then also the other thing that's been on repeat for me this month is Half Alive's new album. Listen, I have written a whole review on it because I spoke about how like I would get recommended Still Feel, and like I would listen to it and I wouldn't be into it. But then this new album came out and I decided to give it a listen, and like I'm obsessed with like most of the album, to the point where I like literally last minute bought tickets to their tour next year. I need to stop doing that, but I think my favorites are Did I Make You Up, What's Wrong, High Up, I think that's what it's called, High Up, Hot Tea, Move Me, and there's another one, but I can't remember it. Hold on, let me look. The other song I was thinking about was Nobody. Those are my top ones. 100%. So good. I'm so excited to see those live. I'm just so excited to see those live. Movies. Okay, I have 3 here so far. 1, Stutz. I think it's directed by Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill's a really good director. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's so good. He's one of my faves. Mid-90s poster is in my room. Slaps. Okay. Stutz, I was very excited to see because the trailer looked very intriguing to me. It's basically about him interviewing his therapist, and then like it goes into both of their lives a little bit, and then like his advice as a therapist. And he's not a typical therapist, like he's a very down-to-earth, direct therapist, and he teaches in a different way. And yeah, so interesting. Even my dad started watching it with me, and because of like how intriguing it became, and so good. Loved it. So good. Definitely recommend. And I kind of want to watch it again. That's how good it was. I don't like, if you know me, I don't like to repeat things. If I read a book, it's read. It goes on the shelf. I don't touch it again. Same with movies, apart from Call Me by Your Name. But I really want to watch it again. The Deer Hunter. This one hurt me. First of all the actors in this are brilliant. It has like one of the most brilliant casts ever, and it's truly a hard watch. It's truly a hard watch, which is how you know they did it well. The Deer Hunter is basically about these men who are friends, and they end up in the war, and they end up getting caught in this war, and go through a lot of trauma once they're caught, because they're put through this ring of games and torture, and at the end it's just really sad. I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but it's so sad. But the acting was brilliant, and it was one of those movies where it was like, it's 3 hours long, right? But because it's so good, you don't care, and you don't realize that it's 3 hours long. So watch it. It's so good. Plus I love Meryl Streep. Good Will Hunting. I think this is my favorite movie I watched this month, and I don't know how I've never watched it before. But oh my god. Okay, first of all, Robin Williams is an angel, and I miss his presence on this earth so much. He is just amazing, and all his movies I love. I just think he was a creative genius, and very few people get that label from me. Truly, very, very few people. I think I've called 2 people that in my life, but he was a creative genius. And Good Will Hunting, I fucking hate Matt Damon so much, annoying fuck, but he was bearable in this film, and I actually kind of liked him in this film. So props to younger him. He was probably a better person back then. Hate to say it, but it's probably true. But this movie was so beautiful. And Minnie Driver, I'm pretty sure that's her name, I see her in like a lot of like comedies, and like she's always like an annoying character. This was the first time I watched her in something super serious where I actually really liked her and thought she was a good actress. Like, I've seen her in another film. There was one, I think, with Brad Pitt she was in, which I can't, like, remember much from her acting. But this one, I was like, oh my god, like, I have a crush on her. She was so good in it. And just in general, Good Will Hunting is just the most beautiful story, I think. In a way, it very much so reminds me of Stoner, the book that I love, because they talk about life as a whole instead of just focusing on one theme. So instead of it being all about love, or instead of it being all about career, instead of one thing, it's about all of it, just all of it. And that's what I really loved about this, and the acting in it was so good. And yeah, just absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. Shows, I watched some really good shows this month. I'm very pleased. Starting off with Sex Pistols. I finished Sex Pistols this month. Me and my partner really loved this show. I grew up when I was a baby. I had, and I still have it, and it still fits me, a Sex Pistols top. It obviously, as a baby, it was like a fucking dress. Like, it reached my toes. It's a crop top on me, but it still fits. Like, it drowned me as a child, right? Obviously, it was a grown person's top they got for me as a baby because it was funny and cute, and now it's a crop top. I remember it swamping my whole body, and now it literally goes under my boobs. Anyways, this was the kind of thing that I grew up on. Sex Pistols, that kind of music in general, that kind of culture. I remember learning about them properly in music A-level. We did like a whole like essay on them, and then watching this, I was like just so intrigued, and the acting was amazing. The main guy in it, forgot his name, he was in Baby Teeth. First of all, didn't recognize him at first, but he was an amazing actor in that as well. This guy believe me when I say he is going to be a big actor one day, because he has been amazing in everything he's been in. And on top of that, in general, it was all amazing. The only thing that put me off was the girl who played his love interest. First of all, she's a predator in real life, and that was literally all I could think about whilst watching it. She's just disgusting. And I hate it as well because, like, the one that's in it, Louis Partridge, is the one that she was a predator of. So, like, the whole time, that's literally all I'm thinking whilst watching it. She's very pretty and whatever. I can't really comment on, like, her acting. Like, it was mediocre, but her accent fucking grated me, and I just couldn't see anything else but Predator when I was watching it. That was that. But in general, the whole thing, really good. The acting, really good. The cinematography was gorgeous. The script, like, the writing, brilliant. All in all, I really loved it, and it was really sad. It evoked real emotions, and that's what I take from that. Then, Wednesday. Listen, I binged this in a day. I loved it. It was so fun. It was not too kiddie, but it was also not too, like, adulty. It was, like, the perfect middle ground where, like, everyone can watch it, and it was just so fun. It, like, they created a whole world, and oh my god, Jenna Ortega, I'm in love with her, and I want to marry her so bad. I love her so fucking much. I've known her since she was in Stuck in the Middle, and this is what made me fall in love with her. I was just, like, head over heels for her, but it was so fun. I really liked it. Then, Canada's Drag Race versus the World. Now, hear me out. I don't like Canada's Drag Race in general. It seems like a very B-tech, low-tech version of RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, I know that is exactly what it is, but in general, I don't like it. I just feel like, I don't know, like, it's just something feels off about it. It feels weird. It feels badly done. Even though, like, some of my favourite, like, queens have been on there, like Lemon and Priyanka and all of them. But the Drag Race versus the World has been very, very good. And I kind of wish that the whole, like, of Canada's Drag Race was filmed like this, because it's filmed a lot better. Victoria Scone, slay. I love it. It's been so fun. That reminds me, I need to watch the new episode today. But then we have another show I binged in a day, The Recruit. Now, when this came out, a lot of people were saying, because of the trailer, that it was going to make people like Noah Centineo, because he was finally given a chance to be, like, a real actor. I agree. I watched it. He was brilliant. He was so good in it. Like, so good. The writing was spectacular. The acting was spectacular. It was so fun. And it had, like, the perfect balance of, like, seriousness with, like, funny. It was just so good. You guys need to watch it. Brilliant. I binged it in a day. So good. And I just really need a season 2. Finally, the last show I watched, and I'm still actually on the last 2 episodes, but I'm putting it here because I love it so much. Emily in Paris. Listen, the fashion is awful, but I think at this point in season 3 they do it on purpose. But I love it. The acting's good. The plot line is perfect. If you like fashion, it's so fun to watch. If you like France, if you like Paris, it's so fun to watch. I truly like it so much. I binge it every time it comes out. It was this time last year I was binging it, and it's back again, and I've binged it. And I've got 2 more episodes to watch today, but I binged 8 episodes yesterday. I just love it so much. It's so fun. I think you can see there's a pattern in, like, what I like to watch. I like to watch things that are fun and have a balance of, like, seriousness with, like, funny or, like, other themes. Whereas, like, with movies, I can sit through something that's just dead serious and sad, but I can't do that really with shows because it's so much longer. most of the time. But those were my favorites of December. I actually really think this month I've really liked the media I've had this month. So I will be continuing my favorites into next year. There are some things that I won't be continuing into next year, like my Happy Chronicles. I've loved doing it. The Happy Chronicles of this month is probably going to be my favorite. I kind of want it to go out with a bang. I've got some new ideas, and this is just going to be one that sticks around. I've loved doing them since I was starting this channel, so I was like 16. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me. Hopefully in this new year we'll have a lot more people join us and create a little community. And I love you guys. Have an amazing Christmas. This is probably out on Christmas Day, I'm not gonna lie. It probably is. Anyways, Merry Christmas. I love you. Bye. Mwah.